I think we're getting close. How are you? Sarah, can you bring your whistle out of retirement for me, please? Good evening. Obviously, this is one of the special nights, and before we get started with the presentation, I just want to say a couple things. The Washington College Athletics family recently lost 2 Hall of Fame inductees whose legacies at the college went well beyond their most visible contributions. William Bill Russell Jr., class of '53, was an All-American lacrosse goalie and also a standout soccer player at the college. Bill's ties to the college grew stronger following his graduation. He served on the college's board of visitors and governors and was a beloved supporter of the athletic department. Donald Chatty Chatelier spent a total of 35 years as a head cross-country, track and field, and rowing head coach at the college, and also served as both assistant and associate director of athletics and as a physical education professor. Following his retirement, Chatty remained committed to the college. He was an active and integral part of the college's Hall of Fame board, assisted in running home rowing regattas, and volunteered in several areas. Let us now pause for a moment of silence in remembrance of both Bill and Chatty, as well as all other members of the Washington College athletic family we may have lost over the past year. Thank you. Okay, to get things underway tonight, please welcome up to this stage Mariah Thomas. She's a class of '19 women's tennis player. Mariah?
Hi everyone. How's your Saturday night? Hello. Good? Yeah? Banging? Okay. So to tonight's inductees and honorees, as well as your past teammates and coaches and families and friends, we would like to welcome you back on behalf of Washington College student athletes. One of the greatest things about being a student athlete at Washington College is appreciating the long and storied history of our athletics. We also appreciate the lifelong bonds that Washington College student athletes alumni have with our institution. As a current student athlete, go whack tennis, ourselves, we aspire to the greatness of those who have come before us, both on and off the field, as students and in our lives ahead. Thank you for your contributions to our student and athletic success and your continued support as our alum. We hope our inductees and honored team enjoy every moment of this special evening. Congratulations, you've certainly earned it.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce somebody who's been instrumental in literally really changing the culture at Washington College. He's brought a breath of fresh air to the college. It's very fortunate. He's been here a little over a year. I think every month he told us how many months and days he's been here. But it's great to have a leader on campus that genuinely cares about the students' well-being, but also genuinely has a deep care for the faculty and staff to make sure that their voices are heard, and is very kind and understanding. So without further ado, and he didn't ask me to say any of this, so without further ado, our president, Kurt Landgraf.
Well, thank you, Thad, but no, you cannot have an increase in the athletic department budget. It was a good try, Sarah, okay? Well, I do appreciate it, and congratulations to all the inductees. This is about you tonight. You will remember this night for the rest of your lives. It's extraordinary that you're being recognized, and I think we're all proud of you to, you're joining a group of extraordinary people. We started sporting athletic teams right after the Civil War, and the folks that you're joining here are legends at the school. I want to especially thank the members of the Board of Hall of Fame Board for volunteering their time, making these selections. I want to congratulate the 1996 field hockey team. Come here. And then I did want to just take a moment. So I've been here 1 year, 3 months, and 17 days, okay? So last year when I came here, I was pleased to be here, but I actually didn't know how important this was. So I want to take a moment to thank a special group of people. So I want to thank Sarah and Thad and the coaches who are here. I cannot tell you without crying the number of parents of student athletes who come to my office and cry because of what the coaching staff have done for their young people, changed their lives. They care, and also, as you probably know, just looking at all of you, our very best students, those people who have the highest GPAs, our highest disciplined people, the people we can be most proud of are our student athletes. So I really would love to say to Thad, Sarah, and all the coaches who are here tonight, you make an extraordinary difference in people's lives, and I greatly appreciate that. So congratulations. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
I told you he was good, didn't I? Next up, please welcome to the stage Patrick McMiniman, the chair of the Alumni Board. Patrick?
Good evening. It's truly an honor for me as Alumni Board Chair to bring greetings and congratulations to this year's inductees on behalf of the Alumni Board, the College Office of Alumni and Constituent Engagement, and the entire alumni body. Not only are you all exceptional athletes and leaders, you're part of a very special family, the Washington College family. I want you to know that your WC family is proud of your accomplishments on and off of the playing fields. Through your high school and college years, you probably never knew the number of fans, classmates, and parents that you thrilled. You probably never considered the number of younger athletes, including community children, that you encouraged by excelling in your sports. I know when I walked off the soccer field for the last time as a shoreman almost 32 years ago, I never considered any of these things. Today, however, as a parent, I realize what a joy it is to watch my children and their teammates perform on the field and in the track and on the pool. As exciting as it was to be on the field, it does not compare to watching my children. Today, I realize the work, the dedication, and the effort it takes to exceed athletically. I never really considered those things when I was on the soccer pitch or the baseball diamond. I also never realized the impact that athletes have on the younger generation. Those little eyes are out there watching your every move and dreaming someday about being the next star on the lacrosse field or on the field hockey team. Most likely when you were athletes here, you also never knew how you affected and taught the next generation to dream big. You all showed the younger generation that working hard, giving 100% at all times, picking your teammates up when he or she was down, and never quitting is really the only way to pursue anything in life. All of you affected who watched you and cheered you on, you did so in a very positive manner. We thank you for what you've given to your alma mater through sports and athletics. Celebrating all of you, our outstanding WC athletes, is really a highlight of my responsibilities as Alumni Board Chair. You've demonstrated great loyalty, passion, and a sense of purpose, characteristics found in the heart of every great athlete and in the hearts of every great Washington College alumnus. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you. You make Washington College very proud. Congratulations.
Okay, before I welcome our next speaker up on the stage, I could have everyone who's currently in the Hall of Fame, if you could please stand for a round of applause. That was a test for all the inductees, so technically you guys are in the Hall of Fame, so you could have stood, but so you failed that one. Kurt, these weren't our best students, so. So all of those members of the Hall of Fame committee that dedicate a lot of their time throughout the year, could you guys please stand up for a round of applause? And then lastly, obviously, this event doesn't happen on its own, so with alumni relations, campus events, and then my assistant Suzanne for all their tremendous work to make sure that this night is truly one of the nights that you'll remember for your lifetime. So give them a round of applause, please. Next, I'd like to bring up to the stage Dr. Amanda Perret Court, class of '99, and also a member of the '96 field hockey team.
Good evening, Hall of Fame members and distinguished guests. Good evening, honorees. And congratulations on your magnificent achievements. Tonight we celebrate you. I am truly humbled to be standing in a room filled with such talent. We created a culture here at Washington College where we celebrate education through sport. I believe Washington College did teach us much through sports, as I'm sure it did for all of you. But Washington College taught us so much more. You see, every person, moment, and environment that we come into contact with is teaching us a lesson. This awareness, fostered here at Washington, enabled me to lead a large institutional change in a small, impactful team that led to the capture of Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein. Washington also taught me a few other lessons that I'd like to share with you tonight. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, growth, and competition, I would also like to challenge each of you to take on these lessons and apply them to your personal and professional lives. First of all, lesson number one, be dynamic. During the course of our hunt for UBL, our team was collecting information to inform decision makers and had to constantly shift and start over due to the changing political and geographic landscapes that we were dealing with. To dislike change was not an option. We had to embrace it and keep it from inhibiting our progress. To learn to be dynamic, we must learn from our failures. I know I failed many times here at Washington and throughout my life. If Washington College field hockey team of 1995 had not learned from our abysmal season, we would have never been the first team to make the NCAA championship for women here at Washington College. Learn from your failures. Learn from others' failures as well. That team all took different lessons from that 1995 season, and everyone approached improvement differently. But instead of judging each other, we all embraced the diversity of approaches, which leads me to lesson number two. Embrace diversity. Do not fear or feel threatened by diversity. Instead, be inspired and empowered by it. In sport, we seek diversity of skill to lessen our weaknesses and strengthen the overall team every day. In nature, diverse ecosystems are able to weather severe and stressful conditions while homogeneous ecosystems die out. However, we forget that our skill in our personal and professional lives, we forget to use it. Using a diversity of thought and perspective in my professional life allowed the UBL team to consist of linguists, behavioral scientists, military and law enforcement, and many, many others. We all use our unique skills together and embrace them in order to find our adversaries. I challenge you to learn from your failures and seek diversity to develop insight and strength in all aspects of life. And then take that diversity and share it with all of those around you, which is lesson number 3, develop and empower. You are all aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. Use those strengths to empower others to new heights. Encourage those you connect with to grow as you do. Learn from their unique ways of growing. At Washington, we had a plethora of coaches, professors, staff, and friends, all there to support us on our journey of life. Use them. This constant growth and support was fostered here at Washington, and I have embraced it to solve challenging problems and to continue to strive not for perfection, but for growth. Practice until it's habit. As athletes, we know that. That's our daily life. But we don't apply it to our professional and personal lives. In a study done at Harvard, elite athletes were studied, and what made them different from the average athlete? They practiced not only physically, but mentally. And they practiced under stress. So when they were in that stressful situation, they did not think, they did things out of habit. And that was what kept them from choking. By the time our UBL team gave our final report to the SEAL team for action, they had been practicing scenarios for years, with or without our information. When the moment arrived, they were able to execute a mission flawlessly and under great pressure and stress, and only take care of our adversary and not hurt the innocent. It was phenomenal. I challenge you to create habits in your professional life and your personal life that allow you to gracefully move through complex and stressful situations with relative ease. My final lesson, and I promise I'm almost done, Thad, is that I learned at Washington College, size doesn't matter. While I was here, I was able to eat breakfast with Francis Crick, the co-discoverer of DNA. I ate lunch with Colin Powell, a 4-star general and national security advisor. Both George and Barbara Bush came to visit us that same year. And then in my final hours here at Washington College, I listened to JFK Jr. give our commencement speech address. Only weeks before he passed. Our tiny school surrounds itself with diverse groups of people with tremendous strengths to develop and empower future generations of leaders. So tonight, I challenge you all to learn and empower those around you, and I challenge you to take your failures as great opportunity. Thank you all for teaching me and giving me the space to learn and thrive. Tonight, we celebrate your achievements. Go and inspire others to do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandy. If we could have the 96 team make their way up to the stage on my left, please. Just come up this way. 96 team, come up this way. Follow your coach. That's fine. You're fine. You're good. I think we'll go do. Where's our? George, you want to do the picture now? In the mid-1990s, the national success of women's sports at Washington College had primarily limited to an NCAA tournament team appearance in women's tennis and a few national individual qualifiers in both that sport and in swimming. That all changed with the 1996 field hockey team. Coming off 4 straight sub-500 seasons, it might have been difficult to foresee the leap the field hockey team program would take in 1996. But the team that had endured 6 losses by just a single goal each of the year before, the 1996 team turned that around, posting a 6-3 record in 1-goal games en route to a 13-5 finish in the program's first ever NCAA Division III tournament appearance. Magic. At one point during the season, the Shore women reeled off 11 wins in 12 games. The Shore women boasted a prolific offense that scored 4 or more goals in a game 7 times that season, and a stout defense that limited opponents to fewer than 2 goals 11 times. The Shore women's 13 wins in 1996 set a new program record. They were also nationally ranked for the first time and established program best marks in goals and assists. Head coach Sarah Fireherm was named the South Region's Coach of the Year, while Sarah Soban was named a first-team regional All-American. Soban was also one of 4 Shore women to earn all Centennial Conference honors that season, joining Crystal Arabelle, Marsha McGee, and Mandy Perret. McGee was chosen to play in the North and South Senior All-Star Game. The 1996 season kicked off the most successful era yet in the field hockey's program's history. 1 year later, the Shore women will return to the NCAA Division III tournament and win a share of the Centennial Conference Championship. The 96 season was also the first of 9 consecutive seasons with records at or above 500 for the program, including 7 seasons with double-digit victories. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to recognize the 1996 Women's College Field Hockey Team on this 6th day of October 2018.
Do you guys want to stay up here for this, or do you want to go sit down? Okay. Okay, I'll try and be brief. Thank you. Yeah, because this happens, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Thanks. So let me echo my thanks to the Hall of Fame and all of the board members for recognizing this 1996 field hockey team, a team that in my mind stands as the pivot point for all of our female student athletes who have subsequently worn the maroon and black. And while it will be a challenge to do so, I will attempt to summarize in the next few minutes how this team, outside of its accomplishments on the field, and there were many, forcefully declared that competitiveness, skill, aggressiveness, and a desire for success were attributes that were no longer to be confined to our men's teams. Yes. By mid-season of the fall of 1996, word had got around on campus, and some of you guys, and by the way, I just have to pause and just recognize the honorees today, because 4 out of the 5 of them today I got to watch as athletes here, and you guys were awesome. So I just want to thank you guys for that. And I say that because at this time, in the mid to late 90s, there was a feel on this campus that was all about success and sort of an understanding that we were going to win. So what happened, as I said, in sort of mid-season around in this fall of 1996, word had gotten around on campus that not only was this team winning and scoring a lot of goals, but they were really fun to watch. And by the end of the season, they had to rope off the spectator area to keep back the growing number of fans who came to watch. It was, I believe, a turning point, not only for the field hockey team, but for this entire department. And as I have watched subsequent women's teams reach impressive levels of success here at Washington College, I can't help but think that these members of the 1996 field hockey team have played a role in that success. So what made them special? A few things. A collective joy in playing and even practicing the game. An almost naive confidence that they could win every time they stepped onto the field. A willingness to put in the hard work off-season and in practice, although I did learn today that Crystal never did the summer workout. Thanks, Crystal. And finally, I think perhaps the most important quality they possessed collectively, that is trust. They trusted me and my assistant, Liz Garrett, even when I presented them with the most bizarre idea, set play, or tactic. They never hesitated to give it a shot. That sort of trust is one of the most humbling experiences a coach can have. When we found out we received a bid to the NCAA tournament, we were thrilled. When we found out we were playing the #1 team in the country, the College of New Jersey, my excitement turned to grave concern. Although we played on a fast and Bermuda grass field, thank you, Sue Brown, we didn't play many games on artificial turf, and the turf at TCNJ was fast. A week before the game, I took Steph Self, our goalie, aside and said, "Steph, you're going to face a lot of shots, and they will come fast and they will come hard. The only chance we have is for you to learn this technique of laying down on penalty corners so you can cover more of the goal." And this is a technique she had never practiced a day in her life. But Steph spent the entire week practicing, and by game day, she had it down. For the first 10 minutes of that game against TCNJ, she turned away shot after shot, and for one tiny moment, I convinced myself that we might even have a chance. Of course, we didn't. It wasn't meant to be. They wore us down and not only beat us, they went on to become the national champions. But that example is seared in my memory as being emblematic of how everyone on this team, not just Steph, responded to challenge. To this day, I am incredibly grateful for this team's faith in my leadership, particularly at times when I had doubts about my own abilities. But more importantly, they trusted each other implicitly. So I would be remiss if I didn't thank on this team's behalf the many folks who made this team better. Mark Larson. Our head trainer, whose complex and brutal fitness runs pushed the team to its limits. Thad, of course.
Yes,
Athletic Director Brian Matthews, who, thank you, Brian, in addition to Penny Fall, literally stood by our team on the sidelines through all the wins and the occasional losses. The parents and family members, some of whom are here tonight. Trish McGee, who not only sent me her best players from Kent County, but provided us with amazing local press coverage and constant support. And of course, the college president at the time, John Toll, who wore his field hockey baseball hat with pride at quite a few games. So mostly I just want to thank this team. It was a team that mixed all-American talent with blue-collar hard work to create a synergy on the field. Together, they were far more than the sum of their parts. As individuals, they brought something special to this team. So for those who are here tonight, Marcia, Amy, Steph, Leanne, Barlow, Soban, Mandy, V, Amanda, Heather, Linda, Liz, Aaron, Sarah Moore, and Crystal. Thanks for giving it your all and setting a standard for all of the women student athletes who have come here since. On your behalf, I thank the Hall of Fame again for honoring the 1996 team tonight, and to the team, I thank you again for the most incredible gift of being able to coach you. Thank you.
Definitely hit me in the face, but I think I headbutted someone behind me.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah, someone gave me a mic and a stage, as you predicted, at one point. It has happened. Also, Mandy, we need to catch up. I don't know what you've been doing since college, but I don't want to know. I live in DC. So I just gently asked Thad if I could just have a couple minutes, or we could have a couple minutes, just because, you know, this is about the team, but, you know, we really have to talk about Sarah, because without her, this wouldn't have happened. So it's a bit unorthodox, but the 96 team has never been accused of being normal, so I think we're good. I'm speaking on behalf of the team, and they'd all be up here if Thad had not given us a hard no on that. It's oddly. So just real quick, just super quick, we'd love to thank the Hall of Fame committee, Thad, Brian Matthews, who I can't stop calling Mr. Matthews, even though I'm 43, I know, but I wasn't here when he was a doctor. I would like to thank Mark Larson in absentia, but our legs still hurt. Steph still does not walk straight. We'd like to thank our families, our friends who supported us the whole way. Thank you so much. Yeah, some of you are in the audience, and some of you are here definitely in spirit. The 96 team captains, man, Marsha McGee and Amy Scarlett. They led us by example, and they led us to the NCAA tournament. So thank you very much. You continue to inspire us. But the real reason I'm up here, and the reason we're all up here, is to honor and thank, from the bottoms of our heart, Sarah Fireharm. Sarah, you are our inspiration, you are our motivation, you are our shoulder to cry on, and you are the one who loved us unconditionally. I hate crying, I don't do that. I'm from New Jersey. We played hard, not because we were afraid of losing our position, but because we never, ever wanted to play less than what you expected from us and what you knew we were capable of. You took a team from a below 500 record our freshman year to the NCAA tournament in 4 short years. You were an inspiration to us in 1996, and you continue to inspire us today. We have families, we have partners, and you bleed into our lives every single day with the way you coached us and the way you loved us and your patience with us. And me, mostly me. From the bottoms of our heart, we thank you for your faith in us and for instilling in us the will to succeed in 1996 and in life. We love you.
Okay, now we're going to move on to our individual inductees. Our first inductee is George Atterbury, class of '97. Unfortunately, George is not able to join us tonight. George Atterbury overcame a mid-career injury to put together an outstanding collegiate lacrosse career. A midfielder, George arrived at Washington College in the fall of 1992 and spent his first 2 seasons on the stacked men's lacrosse teams of the mid-'90s. In a somewhat limited role offensively as the Shoremen advanced to the 1993 NCAA Division III semifinals and the 1994 NCAA Division III quarterfinals, an injury sidelined him early in the 1995 season, and he was granted a medical red shirt to maintain 2 more years of eligibility. When George returned to the field for the '96 season, he emerged as one of the team's top players, scoring 23 goals, registering 10 assists, and scooping up 46 ground balls en route to All-American First Team and All-Centennial Conference First Team honors. The Shoremen captured their first Centennial Conference championship that season and advanced to the NCAA Division III championship game. For his final season in 1997, George put up career highs of 32 goals and 51 ground balls to go along with 7 assists. He was once again named to the All-American and All-Centennial Conference First Teams. The Shoremen repeated as Centennial Conference champions and returned to the NCAA Division III championship game. He scored 3 goals in both of his NCAA championship games appearances. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to induct George Atterbury into its Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2018. Daniel Gerbasi, class of 1999. Dan made a positive impact on 2 Washington College teams during his 4 years at the institution, playing both soccer and baseball. On the soccer field, Dan scored 5 goals as a freshman, which was just a preview of what was to come. He followed up that performance with 14 goals and 2 assists as a sophomore, 9 goals and 4 assists as a junior, and 11 goals and 5 assists as a senior. All told, he finished his collegiate soccer career with 39 goals and 11 career assists and stands 3rd all-time in the program's history in both career goals and career points. He was named to the All-Centennial Conference second team as a forward in 1997. Dan's stellar play on the soccer field helped lead the Shoremen to winning records in 3 of his 4 years on the team, including a program record 12 wins in 1995. Dan was equally adept at baseball. An outfielder, he hit .333 as a freshman, .409 as a sophomore, .319 as a junior, and .374 as a senior captain for a career batting average of .362. He also finished his career with 140 hits and exactly 100 runs scored, currently ranking him 7th and 9th respectively in those 2 categories in team history. He was named to the All-Centennial Conference second team as a senior. As in soccer, Washington College enjoyed 3 winning baseball seasons in Dan's 4 years. During Dan's sophomore campaign, the Shoremen won a then program best 21 games. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to induct Daniel Gerbasi into its Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2018.
Those are going to be tough speeches to follow, by the way, so I'll certainly do my best. What an incredible event, an evening. So many thanks to go around. Thank you to Thad. Thank you to Washington College. Thank you to the Hall of Fame board. And one of the things that I've learned in just the past 12 hours I've been here is just how incredible of an event and a moment this is, and how humbling it is to be on this stage tonight surrounded by such great athletes, such great people, and such great committed folks to Washington College and everything that this institution represents. 20-plus summers ago, the legendary Ed Athey scouted my baseball game. Absolutely. Scouted my baseball game down the street from where I now live. A few months later, I began my freshman year as a baseball recruit, trying to make the cut as a walk-on soccer player and succeed as a two-sport collegiate athlete. Up to that point in my life, I'd never been able to choose between the two. Playing both gave me balance, and more so kept me out of trouble. Over the next 4 years, the impact that the administration, professors, classmates, alumni, coaches, teammates, and captains had on my development as a student athlete was profound. Most prominently, the extraordinary Ed Athey and the remarkable Al Streelman. I learned a great deal from these great leaders, maintaining a steady hand in stressful moments, team first, leading by example, and passing along what you've learned to the next generation of student athletes. These skills that were honed on the Washington College athletic fields have served me well in life. As a high school soccer coach with my close friend, Chris Collins, I often found myself hearkening back to my playing days, tapping into the various ways I learned to compromise, motivate, and connect with a generation that, in general, operates in different ways than ours did. It was an incredibly enriching and fulfilling 10 years, something that I miss every time summer heat turns to an autumn chill. However, it gives me enormous pride that one of my former players at Chesapeake High School, Greg Adams, will be lining up this evening as a sophomore forward on the men's soccer team for my alma mater. We have a fun back and forth banter on who will end up with more career goals and assists. And I reminded him just a few short hours ago that he's got a little catching up to do. But he promised me tonight he was going to bury a couple against Dickinson, so I think he's going to catch up fast. In the time since Thad called, I've enjoyed reflecting on the wonderful experience I had playing soccer and baseball for all those years. Fantastic teammates like Jimmy Young and Travis Beecham that were there with me through it all. Memorable individual moments like scoring 5 goals in the opening game of my sophomore soccer season. Incredible team results, like winning 15 of our last 16 baseball games, including beating nationally ranked Johns Hopkins after starting the season 6-12. I just wish there had been a conference tournament so we could have earned our rightful place in the NCAAs that season. However, what has stuck with me the most are all of the people that influenced and sacrificed for me. Tonight is much of a celebration of them as it is anything else. People like my little sister for getting dragged all over the place to go to all my games. Friends like Doug Lawson for being the best friend a person could ask for growing up. My wife Jamie for being there with me every step of the way the last 14 years. And my 2 young sons, Landon and Simon, who inspire me daily. Most importantly, my mom and my dad. It's impossible for me to know even a fraction of the sacrifices that you have made for me over the decades I spent on baseball diamonds and soccer pitches. Only now as a husband and a father can I begin to fathom and appreciate the volume of love, dedication, and to be honest, on some levels, insanity, to do what you both did for me unconditionally. Tonight, I celebrate the two of you and your selflessness, because without it, this tremendous honor would not be possible. This is an excellent institution, one that took a chance on a raw, naive, but really competitive 18-year-old. I'm forever grateful for the opportunity offered to me and countless others. Thank you.
Chris Bull Jamke, class of 1990. Chris Jamke was one of the most important players on the Washington College men's basketball team during the winningest four-year stretch in its history, culminating with a national third-place finish his senior year. As a freshman, Chris averaged 9.7 points, 5.9 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks per game, as the Shoremen finished 18-8 and advanced to the MAC tournament. He upped his numbers across the board the following season, averaging 12.3 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks, as the Shoremen turned in a 19-7 record and again qualified for the MAC tournament. The Shoremen stepped up a level Chris's junior year as he averaged 10.5 points and 5.9 rebounds during the team's 20-7 campaign, which saw them not only advance to the MAC tournament once again, but also land a berth in the NCAA Division III tournament for the third time in team history. Both Chris and the Shoremen had their best ever seasons during his senior campaign. Chris nearly averaged a double-double with career best of 16.7 points and 9.4 rebounds per game, and the Shoremen won a program record 25 games, finishing 25-6, advancing all the way to the 1990 NCAA Division III semifinals and winning the national third-place game. Chris finished his career with 1,360 points, 10th most in school history, and 761 rebounds. With Chris on the team, the Shoremen went 82-28 over 4 years, playing in 4 MAC tournaments and 2 NCAA Division III tournaments. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to induct Chris Bull Jamke into its Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2018.
For those of you young guys out there, or young girls, that's a flat top. Right down the photo. And I wore it well. You know, this is an incredible honor. And I'll tell you, I love this school. I absolutely love this school. As early as I can remember, all I ever wanted to do was play basketball. I can remember when I was given my first basketball. It was Christmas morning when I was about 10 years old. It was the best gift ever. I can remember having to scrape the snow off the driveway while also wearing mittens so that I could dribble the ball outside and tolerate the frigid, freezing weather conditions. I was hooked from that day forward. Growing up, my favorite player wasn't Magic, it wasn't Bird, it wasn't Dr. J. It was a guy named Leonard Eugene Truck Robinson. His name fit his playing style. He was a truck. a fierce competitor, a ferocious rebounder, a workhorse. He played for multiple NBA teams and led the Suns, the Phoenix Suns, and the Bullets, my favorite two NBA teams, to divisional championships. Ironically, he's from Jacksonville, Florida, my hometown. A lot of my teammates and coaches would say I played a lot like Truck Robinson. In high school, I had the opportunity to play for Terry Coleman. Coach Coleman was an incredible basketball mind, but an even better person, an all-around great guy. A player's coach, he not only helped me grow as a player, but was instrumental in my development as a young man. He also helped me with the recruiting process and assisted me in finding my college landing spot at WC. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight because his wife is ill. He sent me his thanks, but I want to thank him for everything. I remember my first visit to the WC campus. I fell in love with this school almost instantly. The coaching staff, the team, the campus, all the above. I remember sitting in front of the registrar's office going over the financials, the cost to attend WC. I thought my mom and dad were going to have a heart attack. But they knew how much I wanted to go here, so they sacrificed a lot to make it happen. My dad is and will always be my hero, and my mom is my best friend. They attended every game and were my #1 fans. Unfortunately, guys, the reason I'm getting emotional is my mom fell last night and is in the hospital and has to have surgery. She broke her hip. They wanted to be here tonight. They drove all over the Northeast to be at every home and away game. All I ever wanted to do and continue to try and do is to make them proud of me, to show them that all the sacrifices they gave to me, the opportunity to live my dreams, and all those sacrifices were well worth it. Mom, Dad, wherever you are, I love you. I wanted to take a moment to thank Coach Tom Finnegan. One of the greatest players and scorers to ever wear a WC uniform. Also an unbelievable coach. Coach, thank you for giving me this tremendous opportunity, for believing in me, for taking a chance on an undersized country boy from Woodbine, Maryland. Coach, I know I wasn't the easiest player to deal with, and the easiest player to coach. You knew how to deal with me, and I appreciate it, and thank you for teaching me so much. Gosh, thank you to my teammates, the WC community, the fans, the staff. I have a lot of great memories, and I appreciate the fact that a lot of our teammates, from the years I played came back to, celebrate with me. My senior year, finishing up in Wittenberg, Ohio, at the D3 Final Four as the #3 team in the nation and the winningest team in school history, was up there as one of the most memorable experiences. Man, we had a hell of a team. Thank you to my beautiful wife, my kids, my family, and close friends for being here to help me celebrate this incredible honor. I love you all and appreciate you. And lastly, thank you to the WC Hall of Fame Committee for selecting me. I have a tremendous amount of love for this school and experiences I've had, memories that have and will continue to stay with me for as long as I live. Thank you.
Christopher McGlone, class of 1998, Lacrosse. Chris McGlone was a top defenseman on a Washington College men's lacrosse team that reached 3 consecutive NCAA Division III national championship games, claimed 2 Centennial Conference championships, and won the national title in 1998. While the Shoremen went through a bit of a building year during his freshman season of 1995, Chris made an immediate impact, leading all non-face-off specialists on the team in ground balls with 42, and scoring a goal for good measure. As a sophomore, Chris scooped up 47 ground balls and solidified a reputation as a top-flight defender. He was named to the 1996 All-America third team and the All-Centennial Conference second team as the Shoremen won their first Centennial Conference championship and advanced to the NCAA Division III title game, finishing with a 13-5 record. Chris was named an All-American honorable mention and again landed on the All-Centennial Conference second team as a junior in 1997, tallying 39 ground balls and 1 assist. The Shoremen repeated as Centennial Conference champions again, reached the national title game, and finished 14-4. Chris finished his career with 43 ground balls and 1 assist his senior season, this time landing on the 1998 All-Centennial Conference first team and picking up All-American third team honors. He was also chosen for the North-South Senior All-Star Game and won the college's Thomas Redder Spedding Medal. It was a season that the Shoremen captured the NCAA Division III National Championship. Finishing the year with a 14-4 record. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to induct Christopher R. McGlone into its Athletic Hall of Fame on this 6th day of October 2018.
Well, I don't know how anybody follows the 96 girls team. That was impressive.
Thank you, Chris.
Why'd you put them first, Ed? Goodness gracious. And where'd you get all these stats? I mean, you had to dig out some old books for that. Well, I'm amazed and very, very thankful to be up here tonight. It's quite an honor. I'm going to take a line out of President Lundgraf's speech there and really say that we're here with legends. This is a very, very great program, a storied sports and athletic program, and we're very honored and thrilled to be a part of it. So congratulations to you, congratulations to Chris, to Dan, to Arturo. You guys, well deserved. Thank you very much to the Hall of Fame committee, to Thad, to George, to everyone else who was involved. I worked with a lot of folks along the way here. Dorsey, Suzanne was key. I mean, this is a top-notch program, and I really appreciated more and more what you guys are doing as I got to spend time here this week. It's been fantastic. Good things are happening here. I can see. Thanks to Coach Shark. He really, I know he's out here somewhere, but yeah, thank you very much. You've been great along the way. I got to spend some time with the team yesterday evening, listen to his speech, and yeah, I mean, it's powerful, and you're doing some good stuff there too. Sean as well, he's doing a great job. Importantly, I want to say thank you to my mom, and my dad, Dave and Linda McGlone. They were huge. And, somehow, Coach Halls was able to talk my mom from not ripping me out of school in my freshman year, but, but things turned around. But they were at every game. My dad found his way on the sideline. He took a lot of photos, and he was published in Inside Lacrosse for several years, and it was quite an accomplishment. I was proud of that, and he was down on the sideline for all those championship games at Bird Stadium, and then of course up at Rutgers, and that was pretty cool. Very cool to share that with him. And of course, my mom, she was really, she was the one that taught me my toughness in life and how to really work hard and go for what you want. The funny story is that they didn't know much about lacrosse. I grew up on the side of a rugby field, believe it or not, and coincidentally, my first stick was given to me by the coach Carl Runk, who was he's probably in the Hall of Fame out there. He was the Towson lacrosse coach for several years, and he was our next door neighbor, and so that was really cool to have such a great resource next door to us, and that was really my introduction to lacrosse, and started there, and continued obviously through high school and college, and found great success. I think we really had a special time here. I thank all my teammates and coaches, all you guys that are here tonight. I really appreciate you making it out. Coach Solis was obviously very influential for me. Coach Bart Governani's here tonight, Coach Cavallero. I think everybody knows Coach Clint Evans. He's a fixture around these parts, and those guys really, they set the tone for us. They were it. That was a big part of our success, is that we, as a team, we really had to buy into what they were doing, and we did, and we beat some really tough Salisbury teams based on their. I think that '96 season they had 300-point attackmen, which is just absurd. But somehow they did that. But we knocked them off their post and took down those birds, and down there in 110-degree heat. And, it was. Look, we got plenty of stories to tell. I'll save this for later. But it was a special time, guys, and I know everyone feels the same way. You come down here, you start taking turns and thinking about memories, and every nook and cranny brings something up. Just walking in here, I'd forgot about this place, and and I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I remember this time I had to go in the coach's office and ask if we could cut practice early so I could go see Bruce Hornsby play here. He looked at me, he's like, who? I was like, he used to play keyboard for the Grateful Dead back in the 80s. Oh my God. Yeah, that was fun. But look, the legends here, I was, President Lundgraft alluded to earlier, they were really, they laid the foundation, especially, being a lacrosse player. We had so many phenomenal people to come through here, so many in the Hall of Fame, several that are here tonight. Of course, you got Coach Matthews, who's been such a fantastic supporter for this program, instrumental for this. I can't even go through and count how many. I mean, there's so many that have just been an influential part of my career, and so I appreciate this very much, and to be included with such wonderful, good company. Truly legends that are here at Washington College. I think I'll cut this short. I could tell stories, all day long here, but we'll take those to the Bluebird. So, everybody. Yeah, I'll just wrap it up by saying again, thanks to my friends, my family, my teammates. We did something special. Couldn't have done it without you. There's so many people who were not recognized as a part of All-American rosters or Hall of Fame inductions. Guys who were you call them unsung heroes, but were major contributors. These are good friends of mine for life. The Jamie Pollocks, the Dorsts, Brian Ose is here. He had one of his best games at the championship game. But we don't. it's, and, you know, these are the guys that, Bieberbach, won the Bieberbach's here tonight too, right? So, yeah. Yeah, so these are the guys, they don't show up in the All-American roster, but without them, we would have been nothing, and, there would have been no success. So, thanks, guys, appreciate it, and, let's get them again. Let's go Shoreman.
I swear the lights gets brighter every time I get up. I was like, oh. And I apologize for my forehead for everybody in the audience. So, Arturo Solis, class of 2007 men's tennis. A 3-time Centennial Conference Player of the Year and a 3-time All-American, Arturo Solis is one of 6 players in Washington College men's tennis history to finish a season ranked 5th or better in all of Division III. Tonight he joins the other 5, Larry Gewer, Scott Reed, Alejandro Hernandez, Robin Sander, and Damian Pala in the Washington College Hall of Fame. As a freshman, Arturo joined a team that also featured fellow Hall of Famer Pete Taylor and played primarily at number 3 singles and number 2 doubles. That season, he earned all Centennial Conference first team honors in doubles with a 14-3 record and went 12-6 in singles. The Shoremen won the Centennial Conference Championship and advanced to the NCAA Division III tournament. The following season, Arturo moved up to the number 1 singles spot and split time among the 3 double spots. He went 20-10 in singles and 13-9 in doubles, was named to the All-Centennial Conference first team, was voted the conference's Player of the Year, qualified for the NCAA Division III singles tournament, and earned a spot as a singles All-American. The Shoremen again reached the NCAA Division III tournament. As a junior, Arturo played number 1 in both singles and doubles, racking up a 31-6 record and a 16-7 doubles mark. He repeated his All-Centennial First Team Singles Centennial Conference Player of the Year and Singles All-American accolades from the year before, but was also named to the All-Centennial Conference First Team in doubles. He qualified for both the NCAA Division III singles and doubles tournaments, advancing all the way to the semifinals in singles. He also won the ITA Southeast Regional Singles Championship. That season, the Shoremen went 19-4, won the Centennial Conference, and returned to the NCAA Division III tournament. Man, you did a lot, Arturo. I need a glass of water. Arturo capped off his stellar collegiate career by going 18-5 in singles and 20-4 in doubles as a senior. For the 3rd year in a row, he was a singles All-American, the conference's Player of the Year, and All-Centennial Conference First Team Singles selection. On top of that, he was named the ITA Atlantic South Senior Player of the Year and was honored with the college's Senior Athletic Award. He finished his career with a singles record of 81-27 and a doubles record of 63-23. Washington College considers it an honor and a privilege to induct Arturo Solis into its Athletic Hall of Fame this 6th day of October 2018.
Wow, hard time to remember all that, I think. So, thank you, everybody. I wrote a few words. I hope you guys can keep up with me, English is my second language, so. So first of all, I want to congratulate my fellow inductees for their remarkable accomplishments. You guys deserve this. It has been a pleasure meeting most of you guys. Hopefully, Daniel will meet you later on tonight. I feel honored to be part of all you guys. Same with the team, on our team. Congratulations. You guys did awesome. Secondly, I would like to thank Washington College for accepting me. And by attending this great institution, I was able to find great success in tennis, academics, and not to mention my beautiful wife. And we are now parents of a 6-month-old and hopefully a future star, hopefully in Washington College, hopefully full scholarship by then. This place really changed the course of my life, so thank you for that. I want to thank also the members of the Hall of Fame board. Thank you for organizing this incredible weekend. You guys did an incredible job. I know it takes a significant amount of time and resources to put together. I would also thank you for your consideration and your vote this year to have me here. I would like to thank specifically a few members who really pushed me and cheered me and supported me through my years at WAC. Everybody calls him WC, but I call him WAC. So Brian, Thad, Phil, Holly, Fred, I hope it wasn't too hard having me here. You guys helped me out a lot through the years, and thank you. And thank you for just the sports part, because the other parts are not great. I do have a group of people to thank personally. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, otherwise we'll be here all night. And Chris wants to go to the Bluebird really quick, so I'll keep it really sweet. Yeah. So before I thank everybody, I would like to give you a brief synopsis of my life. I was born and raised in Guatemala City, youngest of 3 siblings. We grew up playing tennis, and fortunately, my grandfather was one of founders of a small tennis club in Guatemala. That club became like my second home, really. During my senior year in high school, by pure luck, a WAC senior and a fellow Guatemalan called up his old coach back in Guatemala, who was coaching me at the time, and asked if he had any good players. And I guess it was my turn. And he told me, and then I called the coach here at WAC. I talked to the senior. He wrapped me up about Washington College and how good it was. And I applied, and by the end of the year, I got that beautiful letter that they have opened their arms, and let's say the rest is history. My tennis career would have not started if it wasn't for my family. Dad, thank you. I didn't think I was going to get emotional, but I won't. It would be the first time my wife would see me cry. Thank you. Thank you for all the sacrifices you took, and thank you for forcing me to play every weekend early mornings. I want to thank my mom, who's not going to make the trip this time, but for taking me to all this junior clinics that my dad wanted me to attend, so I had to attend. But they paid off, I guess. So thank you. I want to thank a couple more people, which my coaches, Coach Constantine Ananiadis. It is a little of a mouthful, but I will never be able to really pronounce it really well, so I just call him Coach C most of the time. Same as he did, call me Art, because that was the easiest way to pronounce my name, I guess. But unfortunately, he's not here tonight, but he did send me a nice message, and I wanted to roast him a little bit this evening, but I won't. Coach C and Mike Duquette, who we'll get into in a little bit, taught me very, very important and valuable lessons in life, and most importantly, to work hard and with a lot of discipline. So thank you, Mike. Talking about Mike now, thank you, man. Without you, I think my level of tennis would not have reached the level it reached, and I just fondly remember those early mornings that you made us work out, like 7 a.m. And, we always sort of hated you for that, but, we loved you after that because it paid off really well. You created the power hour here at Wash Call, and that stuck to me till today. And you didn't only made us go in, but probably the entire school, every sport was actually going to your power hours, which is awesome. So you're a legend here, and you're a legend in my heart, too. I don't think I'll be in that good of a shape again, but, thank you for that. You're an incredible player, and I don't know if you still are, but it was such a force to play with you and learn from you. Without you, like I said before, and I think I can speak for most of my teammates, that you elevated our game, most of us, and thank you for that. And part of all the stuff that Dad just told me about what I did is think of, primarily you and Coach C, so I appreciate that. But one thing I will never forget, that I think I beat you one set one day, and you said to me, this is the first and last time you will ever get a set out of me. And it did. Yeah, I never did. So I don't know if you went out partying that night or something, but thank you for that set. Hopefully I will get you on the courts again, and we'll battle it out. Thank you for all my friends that are here. Tim, my roommate, my partner, my doubles partner. Sorry we couldn't get you the All-American there on our first match, but I was very happy to be part of your life and play tennis with you. You incredible player and now an incredible coach. So appreciate it. All my friends, thank you for coming. Some of you guys traveled a long way. Dad, Ana Maria, thank you for being here from all the way to Guatemala, from Guatemala. I appreciate everybody. Great to see everybody, and everybody's looking great. So let's go celebrate a little bit more. Thank you, everybody.
Next, I want to invite Kevin Wilson, class of 19, men's lacrosse student athlete, to the stage, please. Kevin.
Thank you for being here tonight. The achievements of those we honored tonight are truly special. The stories and reflections they have shared with us this evening are even more meaningful. We are confident we will look back on your time at Washington College with the same pride that you have now. We'd like to once again offer our congratulations to the Washington College Hall of Fame class of 2018. May you continue to have success in your personal and professional lives, and you will always forever be a shoreman and a shorewoman. Thank you.
Okay, just a couple quick housekeeping things, and I'll give you kind of some of my closing remarks. At the end of this, for all of you honorees and inductees, come back up on stage. We wanted to take some pictures, so please don't go out in the lobby just yet. We invite you back to the stage for that. We will have champagne and dessert reception out in the lobby as well, so please attend that. So maybe take a pit stop before you guys hit to the Bluebird. So, I always close these. This is my third one, and I can honestly say it's one of, if not my favorite weekend. And it is for a lot of reasons, okay? Yesterday was a long day, okay? It was a busy day. Today was a long day, but this is what we want. We want you guys on campus. We need you on campus, and for a lot of reasons, okay? We talked about challenges, okay? I'm challenging you guys. If you're not engaged, get engaged. What does that mean, okay? It means your time. It means your expertise. It means your friendship. It means you reaching out to our student athletes. Okay, some may say, if you can give, give. If you can't give, spend us your time. Okay, you guys are all professionals now in one capacity or the other. We have student athletes looking for opportunities. That means the world to me. All right, we preach family here, and I mean family. And you guys are the epitome of family. Okay, you're always welcomed here. Okay, we're talking a lot about our value proposition here at Washington College. Kurt, I wish we almost taped this because I think we could get a whole lot of value proposition because you guys are living it. All right, share it with us. Tell us your stories of why Washington College is so great to you. We want that. We need to embrace that because we are at a point now where we're pushing forward. Washington College is a unique place, and I say that as a graduate of another school that I'm not going to say here tonight. Okay? So, but that's what my challenge is to you guys. I love spending time with you. It means the world to me for you guys to come back, okay? We're doing this not only to honor you, but to honor all of our student athletes. I think Chris said it well, okay? You guys, not the fortunate ones, you've earned this, okay? You've earned it, but there's a lot of other of your teammates here. We want them back too, okay? We do a fall event, we do a spring event. Mark your calendars right now for April 13th, okay? We're doing Goose Nation Family Reunion, all right? Basically, it's the same scenario as what we did today, where we have a bunch of alumni games, but also our varsity contest. It's an opportunity for you to come back home and reconnect with your friends. And that's what it means to me. I'll take these busy days, 100 days out of 100, if it means that we can get together and push Washington College and Washington College athletics forward. So I can't thank you guys enough for coming. I can't thank you guys enough for all that you've done for Washington College. And I hope and to thank you for all that you're going to continue to do for the college. So thank you guys again. I truly hope you had a great evening. Thank you. All right, so our cue is going to come from him, so he's going to direct us.